God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for tuning in with us on this afternoon, this evening. I pray that you all had a blessed day on today. All right, everybody, as we get ready to go into tonight's teaching, we're going to spin right off from for what we left off on Sunday. But I'm going to title this one just a little different. And tonight's title of this one is going to be Don't Settle. Don't settle. So for those of you, you may have found yourself in a place and you may have seemed like, man, you just felt like there was no movement there, like you just didn't feel like you had that drive to continue to keep pressing forward. You felt like you just didn't want to go anymore. You felt like you just didn't want to give what you know that the Lord placed within you to that environment anymore. Well, I believe that's what the Lord is and wanting to tell you on tonight. Don't settle. Why I believe the Lord don't want you to settle in that area is because of this. Just like we're about to go back into Genesis chapter 11, I really believe that the Lord had to move Abram out of the place because he knew that, watch this, Abram had already suffered two losses. He suffered the loss of his father and also the loss of his brother. And the Lord possibly looked at, well, Abram, I got to get you out of here because you're the one who I'm choosing to finish carrying on this blessing, this plan of mine. And I need to, in order for me to do this, Abram, I have to get you out of here. I don't need you to stay here and settle for what you have in this environment, what you are used to. And see, for many of you right now, whoever you are on tonight, those of you who are under the sound of my voice, who you're hearing this word on tonight, many of you, I have to say this again, many of you, the Lord has already spoken to you. He has already placed some things within your spirit, in your heart that he wanted you to do. But I was reminded of one thing. Just like anybody ever had someone to reach out to you by way of a phone call, and you just didn't either have time to answer that call or you didn't know that you received that call? Well, for somebody on tonight, the Lord has already been asking or been unctioning you to step out, to make the move of faith so that he can begin to do what he wants to do through you. But oftentimes, if you're not careful, just like you heard that phone call and you neglect to pick up or answer that call, that's how many of you right now, if you're not careful, that's how you have been doing the Lord as well. You was hearing him unctioning you to step out on faith to do a work that he will show you what to do. But instead of you answering the call, you just decide to push it to the side. So I don't know whoever that's for tonight. It's time to pick up. It's time for you to answer the call so that you can keep pressing forward. Okay, y'all, let me go a little deeper into this one on tonight. I'm going to begin reading Genesis chapter 11. I'm going to read two verses 31 and 32. Fit this alive. I'm going to get over to you, and we're going to knock it on out the box. All right, verse 31, it reads, And Terrell took Abram, his son, and Lot, the son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarai, his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan. And they came unto Haran and dwelt there. Verse 32, And the days of Terrell were 205 years, and Terrell died in Haran. Okay, everybody, let's get into some of these notes, and let's talk about what I believe the Lord will have me to share with you all on tonight. So my first thing, when we look at Genesis chapter 11, verse 31 through 32, here's what I feel we're going to start off by saying. Terrell, by him staying in Haran, I really believe that Terrell was at a place where he was about to start settling. That's what Haran was for Terrell, Abram's father. Why do we think that Terrell would want to settle in a place like this? That's not Canaan. This is not the place that the Lord wanted him to go to. Because obviously when you read this chapter, we can see that the Lord truly wanted Terrell to lead the family to Canaan. But along the way, Terrell lost, which we found out on Sunday, he lost Haran. But then also as he did move. Many of you right now, we gotta also look at this too. Terrell did move out of the place where he lost his son. He did move from that place. But when he moved to the next place is where we see the settling beginning to take place. And I'm going to call it another name, but I'm just going to go along with my notes and we'll get to that. But let's look at something. As Terrell was settling, Was he settling with the image of a promise than him having the actual real promise of Canaan? See, when he got to Haran, was he now beginning to settle for this place called Haran, which could be a duplicate, not even a duplicate, but is it something taking place within Terrell himself personally, and it's causing him to now see something in a form of an image, or he's seeing or feeling some type of a way, and it's causing him to now want to settle in this place. And the name of this place is called Haran. So I'm here to share with somebody on tonight. Don't settle for what feels good or for what shines, because everything that shines is not gold. So allow the Lord to cause you to reinvent yourself, watch this, by your obedience and also by your doing God's will for your life. See, this is for many of us on tonight, and we're going to see that this is going to begin to take place through Abram as he's going to get ready to receive the call from God in chapter 12. And Abram's going to show us that he's about to grab he's about to grab these words, he's going to hold it dear, and he's about to shift. So I believe that Terrell, he wasn't fully healed. Let's go there. I believe Terrell really wasn't fully healed because of the loss of his son. Why did Terrell become stuck in Haran, or he settled in Haran? I really feel that that was because he was now in a place or in a situation that reminded himself of his younger son, who he not too long lost. So Terrell moved to a place, and isn't it obvious or isn't it odd that he left from one place and moved to another place in between Canaan, but the name of this place was called Haran? So I really feel, and I believe that the Lord was just allowing me to see this, that what was taking place in Terrell was that now he's in a place that's now reminding him of his younger son. Because look at the name, Haran. Haran. He's living in this place now. And I really believe that for many of you right now, you have to be careful not to begin to live in your past in places that the Lord don't want you to stay in. See, many of you got to be able to move out of the past so that you can get into your present or into your future. And see, that's what Terrell, he didn't do it. He got to a place, he moved for a little bit till he got to that place named Haran. And when he got there, I really believe that it caused something to take place within him, and it was starting to allow him to almost like imagine or even remember his youngest son. And how many of y'all know, you know how that old saying, how people would say, man, I love the good old days? Yeah, those were some good times back then. But how many know, for many of you right now, there's better days that's ahead of you. And see, if you stay stuck always saying, man, I wish the good old days. Yeah, they're old for a reason. They're back there for the purpose that they will only use to give you a glimpse or give you a push to help push you to your better. And see, this is where I feel Terrell was in this place. And see, right here is the Lord was right there with him still. And see, Terrell, I feel that he just got to that point, got to that place, and he just didn't want to move anymore. He just decided that he wants to settle. I'm going to just settle right here. And he stayed right there in that place named Haran, almost exactly like the name of his son that he lost. Many of you right now, whatever you may have lost, whatever you may have to release, whatever you may have to separate from, whatever you may have to have let go, you have to let it go, but let it go, leave it, separate from it. And also when you separate and leave from it, you got to also heal while you're in that process. That's why for many of you right now, that's why some of you right now, you're in a place of isolation. And see, while you're in that place of isolation, many of you probably saying, man, why I don't have no friends? Why I don't have people who get me? Why I don't have folks who want to hang out with me? Well, it's possibly that the Lord wants you. He knows that you need to heal from past issues and see, you're trying to cover up the issues, but the Lord is letting you know, no, you don't cover these issues. No, I need you to truly heal from these issues. And see, for many of you right now, if you're not careful, that's what you have been doing over the process, through this process that you may have found yourself in. Instead of you healing, all you were doing was just covering it up by continuing to stay busy, by continuing to just trying to make friends, or trying to continue to just make yourself fit in environments, or make yourself fit in with other people. And the Lord is saying, no, this should be your isolation time. This should be your time of healing. This should be your time of getting yourself prepared and ready for the next group of people that I'm going to bring your way. But instead, many times, if we're not careful, oftentimes we'll find ourselves trying to go and make things happen on our own. And when the Lord is saying, now, I had you separated for a reason. I separated you from everyone else for a season, but because I'm going to set you up for a reason. And see, you got to be able to believe this by faith. And I really believe that's why Abram got the call, because the Lord was ready to now do something different. And see, the Lord was about to shift from one thing and now shift to the next by causing Abram to now take the stance of now having to believe God, his word, by faith. And see, this is what the Lord is looking for. He's looking to find someone who's going to believe what his word says. And see, for many of you right now, you're going to have to grab God's word, believe it, receive it, as Romans 10:17 says. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. And see, as you're hearing this word on tonight, you're going to have to grab this word and find yourself in this word and say, yes, this word is actually, I agree with this word. I've been there. I felt like this. Yes, I found myself even trying to settle in certain areas. Well, grab this word on tonight. Receive it and believe it, that the Lord is sending this word to you on tonight because he loves you, because he cares for you, and also because he wants to fulfill his purpose, his plan for you in your life, but he wants to be able to do it through you. And see, for many of you right now, that's where you're at. For whoever you are on tonight, that's where you're at. But the Lord always has a plan. He always knows a way of how to try to help relieve us from being in those places that we settle in, or from those places where he tried to pull us out so that we don't stay stuck, but we had to agree and co-sign with him. Oh man, so Terrell became stuck in Haran because he was now in a place or in that situation that reminded him of his younger son, who possibly was the one to continue the family bloodline through Lot, because Haran was the one mentioned in early verses of chapter 11. And you can find that in around verses 10 through 26, where you can see all the different fathers led to, they had a son. And then also it says also through those different men that they also went on to have other sons and daughters. But there was one specific child out of that group who stood out. And the Lord, that was going to be that one who was going to continue that lineage. Oh man, so as Haran, who should have been that one to keep pressing forward, he didn't. He died along the way, but now also his father, he's now trying to pick up the mantle again, but he moved and he got to the place called Haran. Now this image is in his mind. Now he's thinking about his son. He's feeling that I can only imagine how he felt knowing that I lost the son who I felt like was going to be my heir, but now I lost him. So the best or the closest thing left to him is to stay in this place that his name is almost the same or identical to my son. Many of you right now, I know you may have lost some things along the way. And whatever you may have lost, there's some things that you had to also push past. You had to also release and let go so that you can get to your next blessed place, because it's waiting for you. Watch this. Canaan was already there waiting for Terrell to get there. The place was already blessed. It was already there. The Lord only needed Terrell to go ahead and move forward past whatever he may have experienced, through whatever he was going through. Keep going, because this place that I already got for you is there. How many of you right now, you're watching on tonight? How many of you right there, you know that there is a blessed place with your name on it? The Lord has already then told you that it's something that he wants you to do. It's something that you're blessed to do. Your hands is blessed. The Lord want to do it through you, But he can't do it because he needs you to continue to keep moving in that direction so that he can finally get you there, and also so that he can do the work through you in that place. But see, he's not going to do it outside of that place. See, in order for Abram to receive the promise, Abram had to get to that place where the promise was supposed to happen. And see, many of you're just like Joseph. Joseph received a dream in Canaan, but the dream did not come to pass until Joseph got to the right place. Where was that right place? Egypt. And see, many of you right now, you could possibly be trying to make whatever that desire, whatever that thing is that's within you, you've been trying to make it come to pass in the wrong place. But the Lord saying, no, I need you to keep moving forward. I'm going to let you know when you get there, it's going to begin to just take place. It's going to take root. It's going to take shape. Everything that I place within you is going to come alive. It's going to burst out. Just like that seed is going to bust through the ground. It's going to bust through that outer shell. And all of a sudden, one day you're going to find yourself doing that key thing that I dropped within you. And you're not even going to know how it happened, when it happened. It's just going to happen. Whoever you are on tonight, take that word and receive it. Keep moving. Don't settle, because there's greater or better up the road for you. Who, like others who came before him, started the family, the start of faith. Here's where I want to go. Watch this. So as Haran was being moved out of the way, now the Lord was looking at, okay, and as Terrell was getting ready to move out of the way, look at what the Lord was about to do. He's now looking for somebody who's going to believe him by faith. So let's look at this just a little. When we talked about this real briefly on Sunday. Everyone else had an heir. But when it came time to Abram, when he was going to get the call, Abram did not have an heir as of yet. It didn't take, Abram got the call first. He had to go ahead and keep moving first. And why did the Lord have to do him that way? Because the Lord needed him to go ahead and begin to put those footsteps of faith in action first. So that now, when the Lord saw that he was going to believe him, he saw that he was going to trust him, he saw that he was going to obey him, now the Lord was going to be able to now put everything in position or have everything in place. So it was almost like connecting dots. Many of you right now, your life is all about the Lord getting you to different places. He said, don't settle here. No, just keep moving. You're connecting dots. And each and every place that you go to, it's like you're picking up something priceless that you need. You didn't even know you needed. But as you continue to keep moving forward and you get into that right place, it's going to be some things that you learn in other areas that is going to help broaden your horizon. It's going to help sharpen you. It's going to help increase you in ways that you didn't even imagine, that you didn't even know that was going to take place in you. It's all because the Lord had you to keep connecting dots. It was all there to strengthen you, to keep you pressing forward. Because there was so much more in you. So watch this. So without true healing, once Terrell entered into Haran, here's the word I want to use on tonight, outside of settle. Once Terrell entered into the place called Haran, he was now triggered to remember his son and all the feelings, all the emotions that came with that. And those things began to cause, I really believe those were the things that caused Terrell to become stuck, because he was now in a place that triggered him to feel those emotions, to feel and to carry those things, because he was still, see, when he left from one place where Haran died. See, he thought he was getting away, but see, when he got to Haran, the actual place, watch this. It's almost like the Lord was looking to see, okay, Terrell, you're going to go here, but I have to see. This is one key thing. Terrell, can you pass this point? This is the place I need you to pass. I need you to get past this place named Haran, which is almost identical to the same name as the son that you lost. And see, for many of you right now, there's some things that you went through in your past. There's some things that you had to overcome. There's some things that you had to go through. But hear me on tonight. You have to be healed from those areas, from those things from the wounds, from those things that cut you deep. You have to be healed from those things, because, watch this, if you try to continue to keep moving forward without being healed, watch what's going to happen. You're going to come face to face again with something almost like how Terrell did. He lost his son Haran over here, but then he ended up passing and moving to a place named Haran, and all it did was wake up all those same old emotions, those same old feelings, that same, and he's a good father, but watch this, there was still unresolved or unhealed issues that were still within him personally that he was not fully, completely grieved over his son. But when he got to that place, now we're able to see truly he was not fully healed for his loss. And that's for many of you on tonight. You got to be truly healed. I can't say that one enough. You have to be truly healed so as you continue to keep moving forward. Because there will be some times, look, things may have happened in your past, and you might be like, man, I've seen that before. I've experienced something like that before. I witnessed something like that. But watch this. It don't make you stop. It don't fester in your heart. It don't make you get bitter. It don't make you get angry. It don't make you feel sad. It don't make you get to a place to where you're going to now shut down. It don't make you feel like you're going to just drop off the cliff and just say you're going to stop. No. You learned your lesson from that first situation that you went through. And see, here we go again. That's why I'm telling many of you. That's why some things that you went through, even when you was a child, even as you was a teenager, even as an adult. See, the Lord was only using those things to help strengthen you so that as he was continuing to keep moving you forward, you would have the necessary strength to keep climbing. And see, each and every one of those things should have been almost like traction that he was giving you. They were little tools that he was allowing for you to grab, put those things under your feet. Anyone who said that you wasn't going to amount to nothing, anyone who said anything negative towards you or about you, that, look, put those things under your feet. Don't take those things personal. Let those things be used for the friction so that it's going to give you traction as you continue to keep walking, moving forward. Can't say that one enough on tonight, because somebody, you got to keep moving forward, especially for what God has in store for you. Now, to be able to move on further in your life and not be triggered by what you see, what you feel, or what you hear, you're going to have to have some true healing in every area that may have experienced some type of hurt or pain, disappointment. No matter the letdown, no matter what you may have, any type of trauma, any type of abandonment, whatever you may have felt, and it cut you deep. I don't know whoever I'm talking to on tonight. Please, you're going to have to finally, right now, go ahead and allow for true healing to take place in your life. Because right now, without that true healing, you're slowing up, or you're better yet, you're holding up your own self from reaching that place that the Lord already wanted you to get to. But see, when you're not fully healed, all you're going to do, anything happen to you, or you might see something that resembled some type of disappointment, some type that caused hurt or pain to you in your past. When you see it, all it's going to do is just wake up the more negative emotions, the more negative feelings, the more things that just cause you to just want to flake out, the more things that wanted to just put you in a corner, those things that just wanted to make you shut down. And see, that's why you have to have that true healing. True healing on tonight for whoever you are. God's blessing and favor for whoever you are on tonight. My prayer for you tonight is to receive God's true healing for your life over every area, over every circumstance, over every situation you've been in that caused you hurt, pain, and disappointment. Those things that cause you to almost try to abort the vision or the mission that almost wanted to cause you to quit and even give up on your dream because of what you had to go through and what you had to experience in your life. Now is not the time to quit and give up. Keep going forward. Yes, because there will be things that will come that almost, if you don't have true healing, it will cause a trigger, and it will trigger you, and it won't be a trigger in a positive way, but in a negative way. So here we go again. Terrell was triggered. He was triggered and stopped being about God's will because he remembered the loss, the hurt. He remembered the bad experiences. He remembered all these things because of what he lost. And now because he's entering to a land or in a territory, and it all reminded him of his son that he lost. So handle these things so that you don't become stuck by a trigger or a name of a person, place, or a thing. You got to handle these things. You have to. Because in life there will be times, here we go again. It's almost impossible for you not to get upset. It's almost impossible for you not to, for nobody not to offend you in some type of way, or you to cause offense to someone else. It's almost impossible. But it's all about how those things be handled. And once you handle it in the correct way, now you can receive true healing, and then you can keep on going. I don't know who I'm talking to on tonight. Keep going. Please, keep going. Don't stop. Keep moving forward. And don't settle. So why God told Abram to leave his country, to leave his people, leave his family, leave his father's house. Abram had to leave. And I really believe that the Lord needed Abram to leave because of the situations of the things that happened prior, before, within areas of the family. And see, let's look at something. Abram lost a brother named Haran. You saw how it did his father Terrell. Those were hurtful situations. So the Lord was looking at Terrell didn't complete the assignment. Terrell, he didn't even continue to keep moving forward. He moved for a little while, but got to Haran and stopped. So I don't need Abram to do this. So now I have to talk to Abram, call him out, and tell Abram to leave from this place. Now we're going into Genesis chapter 12, verse 1 through 3. And the Lord had to tell Abram, leave from this place, leave from your father's house, leave from your kindred. I need you to get out of this environment. Why? Because Abram, there are things here that can also be like a trigger to you too. And I don't need you to begin to be weighed down by things, your own feelings, your own emotions, from things that you might be triggered because of what you had to experience or see taking place in your family as well. So Abram, I need you to get out of here. I need you to move. I need you to separate. And when you separate, Abram, now I'm going to be able to get you to a place where I can really begin to do some things through you, because this is what I need to do. I believe so. I believe that God can cause Abram to see something different and also do something different. That's why the Lord was calling Abram, because he was now able and ready to do something totally different now. See, Terrell had it, but now the Lord is wanting Abram to walk by faith now. Abram, walk by faith. Trust me. Believe me. Leave. Go to a place that you don't even know. I'm going to show you. Just leave. I'm not going to tell you which way to go. You just leave. The biggest thing is I just need you to leave. Can you be obedient? How many of you right now, I'm telling you, how many of you right now, you was hearing the voice of the Lord. You was hearing God through his word telling you certain things that you need to be doing right now, that he always wanted you to be doing. And instead of you picking up the phone, answering the call, you continue to just let that phone ring. You only continue to just ignore it. You just left it there. And now the Lord is looking at you like, hey, it's not dead yet. I just need you to just pick up, answer the call so I can get you there. But I need your help in order to do this. Terrell saw grief, he saw loss, and he also saw pain. And I believe God wanted him to see more of a blessing instead of these things. But see, here we go again. Please, for whoever you are tonight, as you're shifting forward and as you continue to keep moving forward, and as many of you right now, as you continue not to settle, watch this. There will be times that you will feel things, you will see things, and you will also hear things. But you have to be wise. Remember what we talked about on Sunday? You have to be that one who's gentle as a dove, but you have to also have wisdom of that serpent. You're going to have to know how to move, when to move, and not to settle. You're going to have to know how to move. What I mean, you have to know how to move. See, that serpent, it don't just move at any and everything. No, it moves on purpose. And see, many of you right now, you have to move on purpose. You're going to have to know when to exert your energy at or in and for. You just can't just be giving all your precious energy to anything, to anywhere, or to anybody. You're going to, whatever it is that the Lord wants you to do or needs you to do, He needs you to do it on purpose for the purpose of that assignment. A couple of more will be done. So staying in your own country, or staying in this place. Let's lose Abram. Staying in this place in Abram's own country. The Lord didn't want to give Abram a new outlook in that place. And see, for many of you right now, you've been trying to hold on and stay in places that the Lord is possibly telling you, look, your season there is up. I need you to now shift or move to the next place that I really truly have. I only had this for a layover for you while I was preparing the next place for you. This right here was only a layover. Now I need you to move now. I only need you to pick up one little thing here that you're going to need over here that you're going to be able to use with the other 10 things that I'm going to do through you in the next place. So many of you right now, don't settle. Keep moving as the Lord continues to unction you to keep moving. Because when you get to your blessed place, you're going to know it. You're going to know it. No one's going to have to tell you. You will know it. The Lord had to get Abram out of there so that he could be what all the Lord had needed him to be. The Lord gave Abram new sight. He gave Abram a new adventure. He was now reinventing Abraham. And here we go again on my last point, and we're going to close on tonight. In Genesis chapter 12, verse 1 and 3, what is the Lord truly doing here? He is now reinventing Abram. But Abram had to first be willing to obey the Lord and move and leave by faith, to leave out of that place, from out of his own country and from around his kindred, so that the Lord can now begin to reinvent him to become who God wanted him to be. Okay, y'all, I'm going to have to do one more title with ending of Genesis chapter 11, moving into Genesis chapter 12. But my time is up on tonight. Just know God bless you. I love you all. I pray that something was said to help shift you, to help keep you in that mindset, to keep moving forward and not to settle, but to trust and believe God, stand on his word, and more so find yourself in his word. So as you continue to keep pressing forward, you have something to hold on to. Just like he gave Joseph a dream, he's giving you and I his word to grab hold to that so we can keep moving. Heavenly Father, I ask and pray on tonight as we leave off this broadcast. I ask and pray that you would strengthen your people as we continue to keep moving forward in our life. Father, strengthen us as a people. Help us to trust you. Help us to follow you. Help us to obey you. Help us to love you more than anything, so that we will not settle, or that we will not just find ourselves just trying to do our own thing. And Father, I'm asking and praying on tonight that you would strengthen everyone under the sound of my voice on tonight as they continue to keep pressing forward into what you have placed within them to do the thing, so that you would achieve it through them. I thank you for strengthening them on tonight. And I thank you most of all, Father, for being with us, never leaving us nor forsaking us. In Jesus' name, amen. I love you all till we do this again. We have no service this Sunday. This is Fifth Sunday. Y'all know we have those time off on Fifth Sunday. So that's the time for you to spend time with your family. Hey, just go out, whether you catch a movie, whether you just go do a little shopping, or hey, just cook some good food at the house, and you all just fellowship, just gather together, and hey, just have a good time. Spend family time together. Okay, y'all, I love you. Till we do this again, have a blessed and amazing week. God bless you.